We all know an animal or two that seems to be on the bigger side. A large cat that a friend has, or a horse that looks a little bigger than most we've ever been around. But typically, we don't think too much of it. Then you come across pictures of genuinely giant animals and immediately begin to wonder if they're real. And believe us, some of them are. With that, we dutifully present to you 10 world's most surprisingly giant animals. Number 10. Patrick? Some colossal sea creatures were found in the icy Antarctic waters in New Zealand in 2008. In amongst the giant jellyfish and mollusks, a phylum of invertebrates, were some genuinely gigantic starfish. The starfish spanned 24 inches across and surprised the heck out of the scientists that stumbled across them. That's over double the size of the average starfish, which usually grow to be between 5 and 10 inches across. Even though these guys were gigantic, they don't even compare to some found in the open ocean. Certain species can grow to be 4 feet across, which is actually kind of terrifying. Sadly, we don't know the fate of the sea stars collected, but considering they're noted to survive around 8 years in captivity, we hope that they put them back. In the wild, they live an average of 35 years, and under the right conditions, they can live even longer. Number 9. Darius the bunny. This humongous bunny once held the Guinness World Record for the world's longest rabbit, measuring 4 feet 4 inches long. He weighs 48 pounds and eats 1,000 carrots, 350 apples, and special rabbit food all in a year. All the food for this massive guy costs around $3,300. If you think that's rough, consider this. Darius's mom, Annette Edwards, owns 2 of these giant bunnies. Jeff, Darius's son, is also a prized family member in the Edwards household and is the one who broke his dad's world record for the longest rabbit. In early 2016, Jeff surpassed his giant dad in length by 1 inch, making him 4 feet 5 inches long, and also the current Guinness World Record holder. The Edwards also own Jeff's sister, Enya, who is expected to outgrow both her brother and her father, and eventually become the world's first 5-foot-long rabbit. Annette credits broccoli stalks with the fantastic growth of her supersized animals. Number 8. Goliath Frog. This humongous frog can reach sizes of around 12.5 inches long and weigh over 7 pounds, and is known as the largest living frog on the planet. They're found in Cameroon and Equatorial Guinea, and require a pretty particular habitat to thrive. Typically, they dwell in and around fast-flowing rivers with sandy bottoms that are highly oxygenated and clear, with a surrounding area that is usually dense, hot, and extremely humid. As eggs and tadpoles, these frogs don't differ much from other species of frog, and it would be hard to tell them apart. But as adults, they outgrow their cousins pretty significantly. The Goliath frog typically eats spiders, worms, and other insects, but they have been known to eat crabs, snakes, baby turtles, and even smaller frogs. They live up to 15 years when left to do their thing in the wild, and that lifespan increases 6 years if held in captivity. Goliath frogs are slowly disappearing though, as their habitats are being destroyed and they're hunted for food and the pet trade. The poor things just want to live their lives in peace, but as with many animals, us humans just can't seem to leave them alone. Number 7. Big Ol' Blossom. This enormous cow was recognized by Guinness World Records as the tallest living cow in the world in 2015. Blossom lived in Orangeville, Illinois with her owner Patty Meads Hansen, and caught the attention of Guinness after Patty's father mentioned that her height should be checked out because she was giant. Guinness confirmed that the cow, at 6'2", was in fact the world's tallest. Sadly, Patty's father passed away before the official confirmation. About Blossom, Patty said, "As long as she had her oats, the daily chin rubs, and ear scratches, life was good." Blossom's parents were regular-sized cows, and she blew Patty away when she grew to be the size that she did. As of right now, Blossom still holds the record, but a cow named Daniel in California may soon snatch it from her. Daniel measures a staggering 6'4" and is just waiting on confirmation from Guinness. Unfortunately, Blossom passed away in 2015 after receiving an irreparable leg injury, but she will be forever remembered and cherished by Patty, and is forever immortalized in the 2016 edition of the Guinness Book of World Records. Number 6. Huge croc. On September 3, 2011, a giant saltwater crocodile found himself near the village of Consuelo in the Philippines. The big guy was reportedly 21 feet long and weighed 2,369 pounds. Villagers, the local government, and crocodile hunters went on the hunt after the croc was suspected of attacking several people and killing 2, although no human remains were present in his stomach at the time of capture, so the theory is unconfirmed. He was captured in a Bunawan Creek and took nearly 100 people to pull him out of the water and onto land. They named the 50-year-old creature Lolong and decided to hold it in a temporary enclosure instead of killing him. They eventually moved him to an ecotourism park where he was made the centerpiece and displayed. In June of 2012, Lolong was certified by the Guinness Book of World Records and was officially named the world's largest crocodile in captivity. Unfortunately, Lelong also passed away not too long after being certified in February of 2013, and some blame his being held captive for his death, as he died of pneumonia and cardiac arrest, which was made worse by stress and a fungal infection. Number 5. King Koi. Sometime around 2010, fisherman Raphael Biagini snared a massive 30-pound orange koi carp in a lake in the south of France. Biagini says it took him roughly 10 minutes to reel in the giant fish, which weighs almost the average weight of a 3-year-old child. The fish reportedly evaded fishermen for 6 years before finally being caught by Biagini, and after posing for some photos with the beast, he released it back into the lake to continue living its oversized life. Koi typically grow to achieve a length of around 3.2 feet long, and usually live for anywhere between 100 to 200 years. They also produce thousands of offspring in a single spawning, so chances are we're going to be seeing more giant, record-breaking koi pop up in the future. Number 4. The aptly named Zeus. In Otsego, Michigan, you used to be able to find one massive dog named Zeus, who holds the Guinness World Record for the world's tallest dog. Zeus stood 44 inches tall, and when he stood on his hind legs, he measured an astounding 7'4" from head to paws. The average male Great Dane reaches 32 to 34 inches tall, and Zeus blew that out of the water. To feed this beast, his owners Kevin and Denise Doorlag had to give him 12 cups of food a day. Unfortunately, Zeus passed away in 2014 at 5 years old, just shy of the average life expectancy of most Great Danes at 6 to 8. Number 3. Big Jake. This 17-year-old monstrosity of a horse was once a vital member of a winning hitch team, but now he enjoys retirement in Poinette, Wisconsin on Smoky Hollow Farm. Big Jake stands slightly under 6'11" and weighs nearly 2,600 pounds and receives visits from fans almost on the daily. His horse stall is 20 by 20 feet, dwarfing the average stall of 12 by 12, and when his owner needs to move him, they have to use a semi-trailer. He owns the record of the world's tallest horse through Guinness World Records, and his owners knew that he was going to be giant from the start. When Jake was born, he weighed a whopping 240 pounds, which is around 50 pounds heavier than the average for this specific breed. To stay active, Jake is the wheel horse for the Smoky Hollow Farm show hitch and helps raise money for the Ronald McDonald House charity. Number 2. It's a liger. Brought into the limelight by the movie Napoleon Dynamite, the liger is a real animal, and Hercules the liger just so happens to be the largest cat in the world. The word large doesn't seem to do him justice. Gigantic seems to fit him a little better. He's 922 pounds, 131 inches long, and 49 inches tall from paw to shoulder. That means that this beast is almost 11 feet long and about as tall as the average 7-year-old. Hercules is a product of a Bengal tigress and a male African lion. The breeding between the two has been said to have been a complete accident. Many ligers grow to be near twice the size of their parents and weigh about 100 times as much as the average house cat. He lives at Myrtle Beach Safari in South Carolina, where he was born weighing around 4 or 5 pounds in 2003. His siblings, Sinbad, Vulcan, and Zeus, all weigh more than 900 pounds as well, and his brother Sinbad is the tallest, but Hercules takes the cake in all-around size. He can run between 50 and 60 miles per hour, and is said to be able to leap at least 40 feet. He travels all over the United States and has even been overseas. He's also been quite a hit on television, being featured on channels such as Discovery, National Geographic, ABC News, and more. Number 1. Creepy crabs. The largest land-living arthropod in the world is known as the coconut crab, which can reach weights of roughly 9 pounds and grow to a length of 3 foot 3 inches from leg to leg. Coconut crabs are found on islands across the Indian Ocean, Indonesia, and in parts of the Pacific, as they used to be found in Australia and Madagascar, although they've gone extinct in those areas. They're related to hermit crabs and rely on shells for protection when they're younger, but as they age, they develop tough exoskeletons and leave the shells behind. The crabs have an excellent sense of smell and mainly rely on that sense to locate food. Primarily, coconut crabs eat seeds, fruits, and nuts, but have been known to pick at the meat of dead animals. They're thought to be able to live over 60 years, and luckily for us, rarely go after humans as prey. It's pretty rare to even find them anywhere with a human population these days because they're sought after and hunted for their abundance of quality meat. They're more likely to hurry and scurry away if they see us coming and make their way up a tree, as climbing is the most popular escape route for this arthropod, at least when they're on the younger side.